Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Today's video, we're going to talk about the nuclear emergency drug buy that the United States made, I guess, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, and people are flipping out about it. They're like, oh my God, the United States bought radiological drugs for emergencies and yada, yada, yada. All right, easy. This thing this deal, if you will, was in works for probably about a year or so, even though the FDA just approved it last year. And this drug was actually being used for something a lot, I think it was being used for cancer, actually. And anyway, still, nonetheless, guys, there's nothing to be alarmed about. Yes, there is a bit of a coincidence, though I, too, don't believe in coincidence as well, that you got this thing going on in Russia and Ukraine. You got fucking Putin talking about nuclear war. You got other people worried about nuclear war. You got the president of the United States talking about nuclear war. And then this thing comes down. Yes. That's very suspicious. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm just going to say it is. But here's the problem, guys. The drug is called Nplate. Nplate was FDA approved last year. So keep in mind, probably a year or two before that, they were already in talks about putting this in the American arsenal of medicines for disasters, right? So you got to keep that in mind. That being said, guys, of course, with the timing of everything, you're going to look at it and go, wow, that's too on the nose. But only 50,000 courses were ordered, right? That's not even enough to protect all the politicians. Maybe the heavy hitter politicians, but not the rest of the politicians. I know some of you are going to do the math and be like, well, the most important politicians for the continuity of the country, that's about around the same number, but it's only one dose. Now, I'm not sure how many times you have to take this stuff. For those that don't know, Nplate is going to be used for radiological emergencies or nuclear disasters. Though, the problem with this stuff is you need to have this stuff on board or in the body in the first 24 hours. So one of the Biden administration dudes was saying that, he's like, this is not the drug that we ideally want to fight a nuclear emergency with, because you have to administer it within the first 24 hours. And if not, it's probably no good. So the the Administration of Strategic Preparedness and Response, which works within the U.S. Department of Health Services, they ordered this. They had already talked about this a while back, when the drug was passed last year. This drug was already being implemented or about to be implemented into this arsenal. So this was like right before actually the invasion of Ukraine, though the United States administration, or Biden administration, wouldn't say whether this was before or after. But I read an article last year that stated that this drug was now approved and that it was going to be folded into our medicine, if you will. So again, nothing to be completely alarmed about. Yes, I read this article a year before. I don't know why the Biden administration didn't say anything, unless the Biden administration knew that Russia was going to invade beforehand. There's also that. But guys, it's nothing to be alarmed about. And keep in mind, guys, this drug is for a radiological emergency. It doesn't have to mean a nuclear war. It could be another meltdown at a nuclear facility. It could be a tanker that has some radiological materials in it and dumps over, and now the people in the neighborhood have to take this shot if they were exposed. You're only taking this stuff, guys, if you were exposed to radiation. If you were not exposed to radiation, you're not going to get it. If you were exposed to radiation, you might get it, but you got to get it within the first 24 hours. Now, here's more of a concern for me anyway. If you notice, guys, they're pushing new drugs with new technology on board, a new delivery system. And then they sit there and they tell us, oh, well, this is for if this emergency happens or that emergency happens. If you've been following the drug industry for the last couple of years, since the whole arm ticket came out, they have been rebranding and redesigning drugs with new technology on board. That being said, guys, I ain't trusting shit. I'm really not. I mean, the Nplate shit, I don't know. I read what I read about it, and I'm like, all right, it's not super efficient. No drug is. But would I take that if I was exposed to radiation? I don't know. Because again, with everything being redesigned, if you will, and new technology in place of the old technology or the old delivery system, if you will, I'm not sure. I know one thing, whatever new arm tickets coming out, I'm out on all of that shit. But again, guys, This is something that you shouldn't be alarmed about. Now, of course, guys, if we go, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we go nuclear with Russia, Nplate's not going to save us. It's not going to save any of us, actually. 50,000 courses, guys, that's nothing. That's probably just for the politicians that go into hiding or might get exposed to radiation. The rest of us, we're on our own. Now, they said that they're going to keep ordering more so that there's enough. But listen, the fact of the matter is, guys, a bomb goes off in any major city. Anything nuclear happens in any major city, guys, doesn't matter how many they buy, they're not getting it to us in time. It's bottom line. Forever who survives is still toast. Right? So again, it's something that I'm not even worried about because you're not getting it. That's pretty much the bottom line to that. Anyway, guys, just wanted to set that record straight. This is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.